watch market bubble has burst, and it's sending shockwaves far beyond just Rolex. We're going to explore what happened after the watch market went crazy. We'll talk about famous brands like Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet and how their fancy watches are suddenly worth less. Keep watching to find out why this big change is important and how it might affect the next time you buy or sell a watch. The watch market bubble has popped, and it's unlikely to return. At least that's how I see it. Every few months I make videos about watches, which is a topic that always leaves me feeling conflicted. On one hand, the monetary and resale value of a watch is the least exciting aspect of owning one. But on the flip side, money can be a big barrier to buying watches because they're expensive. Watches hold tons of meaning and value to us, so it's important to discuss their financial side openly. Now, you probably know that I have mixed feelings about buying watches from the secondary market. Personally, I won't pay more than the original retail price for a watch. It's just one of those things I'm a bit stingy about. If I can't get it for the retail price or less, I'll pass. After all, watches are luxury items, not essential like medicine or food. However, this doesn't mean I'm against buying from the secondary market altogether. I just won't pay more than retail for a watch that someone else has worn for years or quickly flipped for profit. But I do understand why some people are willing to pay extra. If there's a watch you absolutely adore and you have the money, go for it. Don't let anyone stop you from owning a watch that you truly love. Let's take a look at the state of the secondary watch market and specific hype models. In this video, I'm not here to tell you whether to buy or sell your watches. My goal is simply to give you more information. I'm not trying to predict what will happen next either. These are just my opinions, and I don't have a crystal ball to see into the future. So let's start with the Patek Philippe Nautilus 5711. This watch is where I wanted to begin with, because I'm shocked by how much its value has dropped. It's still massively inflated, no doubt about it, but I remember when these were selling for over $100,000 and thinking they'd never dip below that, especially after Patek discontinued the 5711 and stopped making it in stainless steel. According to Subdial Marketplace, they're now trading for about $99,000, and the blue dial version goes for around $92,000 according to watch charts. That's still crazy expensive for a stainless steel watch that used to retail for $34,000 to $35,000. But during the height of the bubble in March 20th, 22, they were going for $180,000 on the secondary market, so they've almost halved in value since then. In my opinion, we'll continue to see these prices drop, but they probably won't ever go back to their original retail price. I could even see them going as low as $77,000 in the next year. If you're a fan of this watch, it's rough times ahead. It's discontinued and a beloved model, so it will always hold sentimental value. Now let's talk about the Patek Philippe AquaNite 5167. This watch is a bit different in Patek's lineup. It's their other sports watch, but it's not loved by everyone. At the peak of its hype, the stainless steel version was going for a whopping $96,000 on the secondary market, which is crazy when you consider it retails for $25,000. And even that retail price is quite steep in my opinion. Nowadays, it's dropped significantly to around $52,000 on the secondary market. But personally, I still wouldn't pay that much for it. Back in 2019, they were selling for their highest price at $38,500 secondary, and I could see them dropping back to that level again. However, even that price seems a bit much for a simple stainless steel watch on a rubber strap. If you prefer the precious metal versions, those have also come down in price dramatically on the secondary market, but I still think they'll fall further, especially considering that precious metal versions are often available at retail prices, making them less desirable on the secondary market. Now let's discuss Audemars Piguet. I don't see a soft landing in sight for them. First up, the Royal Oak Jumbo Ultra Thin 15202 ST. At its peak in March 20th, 22, these were fetching $135,000 on the secondary market. Now they're going for around $64,000 to $65,000, but they retail for around $40,000. So there's still a hefty profit margin of about $20,000 for those flipping them. I doubt the Jumbo will ever drop below retail or even hang around retail prices. They're pretty sought after and hard to come by. However, Some of the more traditional Royal Oaks are seeing a decline. For instance, the 37mm silver white dial version can be snagged on the secondary market for around $32,000, barely above retail. And I bet sellers would accept offers at or very close to retail. The blue dial version still commands more money, ranging from $41,000 to $48,000, but I'd be surprised if people are actually paying that much. In my opinion, these will soon be just slightly above retail. If you like this model, I'd suggest holding off a bit longer. But hey, if you've got the cash and it's worth it to you, go ahead and spend your hard-earned money as you wish. The 34mm Royal Oaks can be found around or below retail, and I wouldn't recommend paying above retail for one. Audemar's Piguet particularly bothers me because I think many people were convinced to buy APs they couldn't afford with the promise that they'd keep increasing in value. However, AP's secondary prices are struggling now, which suggests that either they're easier to get at retail or people just aren't as interested in them anymore, and I think it's a mix of both. I still adore the Royal Oak and hope to own one someday, but it'll be at or below retail for me. Now let's discuss the Rolex Daytona. It's another model that seems impossible to buy, but that's mostly true for the stainless steel versions. If you're looking for one in precious metal, I'd suggest visiting an authorized dealer as you might find some good deals, or even consider the secondary market. Take the two-tone Daytona, for example. These retail for $22,000, but on Chrono24, people are asking for around $26,000. However, I believe you could offer retail or even less and still have a good chance of getting one. It won't be long before these become more readily available from authorized dealers, which might push prices below retail on the secondary market. I think we've already seen the peak for stainless steel Daytonas, but as long as they're hard to come by and the demand remains high, they'll likely stay above retail. Currently, the black dial version retails for $17,000, but is being advertised for around $30,000 to $31,000 on the secondary market, which is still too high in my opinion. So, that's just a little update on the hype watch market. It seems like the entire secondary market is down, and I think it's only going to continue to drop. But hey, that's just my personal opinion. It's okay if you disagree, but still, what do you think of this watch market update? Comment down your thoughts, and for more videos like this, feel free to like and subscribe to Luxury Focus. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.